Do you want to create a successful business and preserve your energy? Make more money while you stay true to your values? Know how to reclaim your calm in times of stress? Enjoy a balance between the time you give your career, your family, and yourself without feeling guilty? Welcome to the Reclaim Your Balance podcast. I'm Dr. Laura Schwent, longtime dentist and work-life balance coach. In each episode, we'll explore ways to feel empowered about the time you devote to your career, your family, and yourself. Develop tools to help you reclaim your calm in times of stress, and purposefully make more balanced daily decisions based on your core values. Join me as I hack the world of work-life balance and bring to you extraordinary professional women who are at the forefront of living their best lives in balance and harmony as guests to constantly inspire you to reclaim your balance. You are the CEO of your life. Now become the boss of your balance. Okay, we are live. Thank you. It took a little bit, but I am happy to bring you, Balance Bosses, the wonderful best-selling author, speaker, and marketing strategist, Minal Sampat. Thanks so much for being here, Minal.
Thanks so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. This is kind of fun.
Yeah. Excellent. And just a short introduction, but I really want you to tell us about your journey. But you're an international best-selling author for your book, right? Why Marketing is Killing Your Business and What to Do About It. Which, wow, what a great title. We'll get into that a little bit. You're a national speaker, a marketing strategist, a social media coach. You're a hygienist, and what maybe I think I love best about you is you love shoes. You're a shoe lover.
I am. I can't go on without loving shoes. I fell in love with them when I was 3 years old, and that was it. Just love at first sight. We're good.
Awesome. So, but maybe you could tell us a little bit about your journey, how you started out and got to where you are now. I'd love to hear it from your perspective.
Well, I started from college, actually. So I was a lucky millennial who graduated in 2008. And that's me, by the way. Hi, guys, I'm watching you. I have multiple screens going on. I see viewers coming in. Can't help it. So if you are there, please make sure you say hi in the comments. Tell me who you are. Tell us who you are. We can get your questions answered. But in a nutshell, no, in 2006, I was a junior in college and sophomore in college. And I had to shadow a dentist because I was pre-dental. And as a pre-dental person, I kind of had to, go ahead and shadow a dentist, look at all their stuff. So I remember that I sent like my resume in to all these dental practices, which is so weird to think about faxing your resume at that time. But I did. I faxed my resume, and this practice kind of called me up and said, hey, come on in and shadow us. And this is a very big pediatric orthodontic practice, 25,000 patients, 60 employees, kind of a place. And I shadowed them in 2006. We had a really good rapport. I really loved the team, the doctors. We all got along really well. They offered me a job at that time, but I was already working 2 jobs at a university. So I was like, I can't work right now, but I'll definitely, keep in touch. Well, then 2008 happens, and I graduated in 2008. So It's like, great, there are no jobs. Even for experienced people, there are no jobs. And I have to find a job in this environment. So I kind of reached out to all my network. That practice was one of them. And I reached out and I kept sending my resume to them again and be like, hey, remember me? Are you still interested in hiring me? And the office manager, she's like, we're not hiring. Like, it's the recession. We have 60 people working here. But come in at noon. And we'll meet up. So I was like, great. So I knew that noon is their lunchtime. So I'm like, I'll just go have lunch with the doctors. Doesn't hurt to network ever, right? You always want to network. So I'll go have lunch. Well, the next thing I know, I'm being interviewed by the office manager. And then the next thing I know after that, the owner of the practice, he comes in and he's like, no idea what you're going to do, but we like you. So we're just going to hire you.
That's so cool.
And Yeah. And that's how I started. And they're like, we'll just train you in all the departments and we'll just see where you fit in. So I was doing everything because I studied communication and biology in college. I had taken classes in PR and marketing and all of that. So, and I'm a millennial, so social media came out when I was in college. Like it was meant for us. Facebook was meant for college kids. Like I remember when it was a phase and we would talk about where we are having lunch because it was only open to universities. And we would be talking to each other about study groups. And it wasn't this global phenomena that it is today. So for me, I grew up with it. So I started taking over their marketing and their social media. The new patient numbers doubled. We created a whole marketing plan. The next thing I knew, he had, and he's a well-known person in the industry, and he had all these organizations reaching out to him saying, hey, do a topic, do a talk on social media, do a talk on marketing. And he came to me and he's like, well, I don't do my marketing, you do. So you have the stage. And ever since then, I opened my first company in 2013, breaking a Guinness World Record. And then life has been very good ever since. So here I am today.
Okay, so you just sort of glossed over that little tidbit of information. Guinness World Record. Tell us about this.
So what happened was I opened my company when I was 27. That's a young age to be. Really young. That's a really young age to be when you are that. So the issue was, how do I get people to take me seriously? Like, here is this girl like walking around saying, hey, I'll help you with your marketing, give me X amount of money and let's do this. And they're gonna be like, who are you? Like, too young, don't know what you're doing, kind of the thing. So I was like, we have to combat that. Like, I understood that I would have to make my way up and build my reputation, but I also knew that I have to show people I know marketing and I know how to market. So my team and I, at that time, I've always been obsessed with world records. We came up with this idea to break a world record, and this world record was held by Colgate before us, and they broke the world record in Times Square, New York.
Oh my gosh.
So there was no way. So, when the idea even came into my head, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, there's no way you're going to do this. There is, this is too bad of an idea. And my team is like, why not? Oh. Why can't we do this? Right? Like, let's just do this. Let's do this. So I did it in October. And as a hygienist, October is dental hygiene month. And October is also breast cancer awareness month. Clearly, as a female, pink, October kind of is all related. So we decided to combine our efforts with breast cancer and dental hygiene and break a Guinness World Record. So we used everything in marketing. We used community marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, network marketing. We created a whole plan. We joined efforts with our local high school in the area that I was in. And during their homecoming game, we decided to break the world record. And so we had over 2,000 people in the stadium, all in pink. Like, literally, we made T-shirts and sweatshirts and bands. And we had a Susan G. Komen truck. We had the mayor there. We had the TV2 there. We had all the different businesses in the local area that came in, like the football players wearing pink, the cheerleaders wearing pink. It was a sea of pink. And we had over 2,000 people in the stadium that day. And during halftime, this is what we broke the world record on, okay? So during halftime, we had the most amount of people swishing mouthwash together.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
And then I'll grab it here.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got a Guinness World Record certificate that pretty much says that you are officially amazing for breaking a Guinness World Record. Oh. And, so we broke the Guinness World Record that was held by somebody else before. So we broke it. And then now it's broken again by other people as well. But we broke it. But what happened was, because we had TV2, we had all this media, we had all this commotion, we had all this stuff. The next thing we knew is, like, we sent out to press, like Dentistry IQ did an article on me, and all these press in the dental industry were doing IQ on me. So now when I reached out to a potential client and said, hey, yeah, I'm 27. I get it. I am young. You may not know me, but I am a Guinness World Record holder. This is what I did. This is how I can do marketing for you. They're like, oh, okay. So it was a credibility stunt, but it was a way to launch my company where you have to be taken seriously, you know? So that's how the idea came about. And yeah, That
that is
happened.
genius. That just really does show your laurels for the brains behind the marketing, because that's a really creative idea.
Thank you. Yeah, it was something that we were talking about, we wanted to do, and I'm still surprised we pulled it off, but we did.
Well, you said a few things in there that I think are really important for, I know you're a huge advocate for women entrepreneurs. And you said a few things in that story. Number one, when you decided to go have lunch with the dentist, that was networking. You didn't expect to gain anything from that other than networking. And I think that that's a very important lesson, that connection.
And here's the best part. I didn't even have a car. I didn't buy a car until I was hired. And this practice was 30 minutes away from my dorm. So, I think when people talk about entrepreneurship, when people talk about owning a business, for a lot of people, it's glamorous and they think it's all glamour. It's not.
Right,
it's not. Glamour doesn't come in until 5 years. Glamour doesn't come in. I think Mark Cuban said an overnight success takes 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to make profit in your first year. It's not easy. You are continuously hustling. You are continuously working, and you get what you put in. Mm-hmm. So if you are not ready to, take public transportation to go to an interview just to have lunch with somebody so you can perhaps network with them and build a connection, then it's not going to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that is just really important, because I think that a lot of people do see the success and they do think that it's overnight, and they forget about all the years and the sweat and the determination. And so it's really good to hear that real talk, because it's comforting to know if you're in it and you're struggling, keep going, right? Keep going.
It's hard. And again, you also have to know when to stop and when to pivot. Mm-hmm. And when to try new ideas. I am continuously, every year you see me doing something new. Last year it was the book. This year it's Marketologist. Who knows what will be next year? Mm-hmm. Every year there is a different thing coming out that you have to focus on and charge, because I also think that as soon as you stop trying, you also give yourself the permission to just be stable. Mm-hmm. And if you want growth, you have to be uncomfortable and you have to push yourself to try new ideas, no matter how scary they are, or no matter how much annoyingness that comes with it. You kind of have to go for it.
Right. And in doing that and having that kind of growth mindset, have you had ideas that you've tried that have maybe not been as successful as others?
Of course. So many. Oh my God. Of course. I was just talking to somebody the other day. I do here and there workshops nowadays. Like, people will be like, hey, can you do a workshop on how to use this technology? And I'm like, sure, I'll do a workshop on it. I was joking with somebody saying, I remember like a few years back when I put this entire workshop together, and it was great. And I got this venue and life was good. And I was putting it together, and not one person signed up. Oh. Not one person signed up for that workshop. And then I learned from it, and I realized why people didn't sign up. I do think that it's important. And now I can send an email out and I can get a workshop full in 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, great. Okay, we're good. We have a full workshop, or we have this or that. But it wasn't that I woke up one morning and was like, this is how I'm going to do it and it's going to work. Mm-hmm. No, there are many ideas that have failed. There are many, there's been a lot of money investment that has failed. There has been a lot of that. And I think the trial and error phase is not something that you could Google. I joke about this all the time. And I tell people, you cannot Google wisdom. Mm-mm. Like, you cannot Google wisdom. It's just something you have to live through. You can look at things. You can make good decisions based on research, based on the information you receive. Also based on information you get from other people who have been through that path, if they are ready to share with you. But the ultimate reality is you have to go through it. Mm-hmm. You are your own superpower. So what you can do really good, maybe I cannot. What I can do really good, maybe you cannot. And that's the differentiating factor that we have. Mm-hmm. So live and learn. But you have to live first to learn.
Well, yeah, you have to experience, just like you said, you can't Google experience. You just have to walk it. You have to walk through it. That's a great thing to remember. I want to say hello to everybody, but also remind you, if you have a question for Minal, or if you have something that you want us to chat about, make sure and put your comment in, or ask your question in the comments, and we'll get to it for sure. So,
yeah, I see we have Mona here, and we also have Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mona. Hello, ladies.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here.
Both of them are super awesome.
Yeah. All right. So tell me a little bit about your book, because the title is super intriguing. Why Your Marketing is Killing Your Business. I love it.
Well, it was a title that actually came about from my husband. I had a whole focus group. I had people, again, there was a whole marketing strategy based on this. I had people reading my book. They got the manuscript to tell me what they think the title should be. I had a whole focus group. I spent more time on on finding the title of the book than I did writing the book. So there was a lot of things. There was a lot of things that came behind it, but pretty much the title came out of after we finished the book.
Okay.
And it was based on, and I got this advice from Dr. Paul Homily when I was writing the book. He was one of my advisors for the book, and he had told me that don't worry about the title. Finish the book, and the title will be clear to you when you finish the book, and you will know what the title would be. And so, yeah, actually, we came about it. Why Your Marketing is Killing Your Business. One of the ideas, why your marketing is killing your business and emptying your pockets. And we thought that was too long. So we ended up doing with why your marketing is killing your business and what to do about it, because that's what the book is about. It's literally what the book is about. So we just put it right up on the front, and we made it catchy, because I would pick that up if I'm like, what am I doing in my marketing that's killing my business? Hold up. What? Yep. So we kind of came up with the title, and yeah, it became an Amazon bestseller within 24 hours. So that was incredible. Yes. Again, strategy and team and a lot of work and a lot of research. And there are a lot of people involved in making that happen.
That's fantastic. And that book is that for any business, basically?
Yep, any business. You can take it from any business. There's a lot. Every single chapter starts with a real story.
Awesome.
So yeah, there are stories that I talk about. There are stories that I go into, and then it breaks it down into different points and worksheets and what do you do and all that good stuff. The implementation part of it.
Nice. So there's good actionable steps, and it sounds like a great resource for people. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So as a busy woman entrepreneur, running businesses and getting out and being visible, launching new things, how do you create work-life balance? Do you have any good tips for our viewers?
Is there such a thing as balance? You're like, yes, there is, Minal. Come on, this is what I do. I know. For many of us, when we are in that hustle mode, I don't know if there is such a thing as balance. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I would be lying if I say that I put myself first. I don't tend to do that, especially during launch, especially during the hustle time. I don't. Mm-hmm. What I can do is I can control the smaller habits that I have, mm-hmm. and I try to add that. So, for example, if I'm sitting at my desk, like I had a 2-hour call before we are chatting now, then I'm going live at another thing. Just after that, we are doing a live for another 1 hour. Then I have another call for 2 hours. And if I'm sitting consistently so I have now made, I now have hourly pretty much, alerts going off, go take a walk, go take a walk, go take a walk. So even if I'm on the phone, if I'm on the Zoom, I'll get up and I'll walk around, or I'll do what I have to do to finish some of the stuff. So what I kind of try to do with the balance is control what I can when I know that I could do it. Like I don't buy junk food. If I don't have junk food, I won't eat junk food because it's not in my fridge. It's not in my pantry. So, and I don't have time to go buy it, right? So I would buy apples and pears and bananas. And it's like, oh, you need a snack? You have apples or pears or bananas, pick one. and that's what you're going to eat as a snack. So balance to me, I kind of find it in the things that I can control. And that's what I have done so far. I know there's a lot more that we could do. Oh, the one thing that I do though, mm-hmm. There's one thing that I do. I get 8 hours of sleep. I do not I have never, that is something that I do not compromise on.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep really good. I get 8 hours of sleep, and that's why I think I get the energy that I have.
Right. So do you have like a digital sunset to make sure that you're getting your sleep, or what forces you to make sure you're always getting your sleep?
I go to sleep and I wake up 8 hours later.
Awesome.
It's just, I guess it's my biological clock.
Yeah, great. We have a question. Look at this. So what platform would you suggest when setting up Facebook or Instagram?
What do you mean? Those both are platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mona, I see Mona's typing the question. Mona, do you want to kind of give us a little bit of clarification there? So what platform would you suggest when setting up Facebook or Instagram? I mean, they're both platforms themselves. So you set them up, you create your accounts directly on there.
It's which one to focus on for a new business?
Oh, for a new business. I love it. It depends on what your growth strategy is, meaning depends on where your audience is. Okay. If your audience is very active on Facebook, then you want to start on Facebook. If your audience is very active on Instagram, then you want to be on Instagram. Like, for example, for me, Facebook is my go-to platform. Mm-hmm. Facebook is where I am active, where I am present, where I share things, where it's me. Instagram is done with my team. I don't spend too much time on Instagram except 10 minutes of scrolling, and I'll get an alert saying, you got a message, can you reply to it, Minal? Or there's and I'll go do it. But for me, my audience is very active on Facebook. This is where they are active in groups, they're active on profiles, they're active with sharing. So I don't tend to choose platforms based on how good the platform is. I kind of choose platform based on where's my audience. Mm-hmm. And then I just show up where my audience is.
Do you think that has an age? Do you think it's specific to what your niche audience is?
It depends on your niche audience, very, very much so, right? Like Instagram. So I'll give you an example. There are 1 billion daily active users on Facebook every day. So 1 billion people log on to Facebook and use it every day. Instagram has 1 billion monthly active users.
Okay.
So there is a difference of reach on how you reach it. But Instagram is easier if you're somebody who loves to share content based on photos, content based on visual stuff, then go on Instagram. You know, if you are a photo person, if you're a visual person, then go on Instagram. If you are somebody who likes to write things or directly connect or do lives, then you choose Facebook. So it also depends on your niche and then what's easy for you to do. Because if you tell somebody who hates doing live videos to do live videos, they are not going to do them for a little bit of time until I push them to do it and they have to do it.
Right.
I'll get some, I don't know, can I just put a post up? And it's like, okay, well, that's great. You can just put a post up, but you won't get to leverage that platform because that platform loves this, not that.
Right. That's good advice. Yeah. All right. Hear more from how to manage social media where you can post once and it gets directed to all your platforms. Like
I use multiple things. So the good thing with Facebook is that Facebook allows you to schedule posts on Facebook and Instagram directly. Mm-hmm. So if you're just focusing on Facebook and Instagram, you could literally use Facebook to handle all of that for you. Mm-hmm. And then as far as Hootsuite goes, yeah, you could use Hootsuite, Buffer, any of those programs for like your LinkedIn's and other posts that you could just schedule to go out. And that's totally fine. Do what comes easy to you. But as far as Facebook and Instagram go, use the platform directly to schedule posts because those posts are load by logarithm a lot more because they're organically on the platform and not using a third-party app.
Yeah. Okay. Good advice. Oh, there's so much to know about marketing, isn't there?
That's why I opened up a school.
I know. And that's a perfect segue into let's talk about your new launch, which is called Marketologist. So
yes,
tell us how the birth of that. What is Marketologist?
So Marketologist, it's a marketing strategy school online where the focus is a lot more on the why and the what before the how. So why do I be on Facebook? What am I doing on Facebook? How am I going to create something is great because the how is always the technical stuff. But before the how, you need to know the what and the why. Because if you don't know the what and the why, what's the point of sharing? What's the point of what's your goal there? So marketing strategy is an overall thing that I've been working on. That's who I am as a strategist. That's what I've been working for a while. So I created the school. So it has 3 different audiences. We have dental practices, we have coaches, consultants, speakers, and then we also have aspiring marketologists. And aspiring marketologists are people who want to learn marketing, perhaps want to get the inside details, perhaps want to know how do we run campaigns, get details on how do we manage social media. So it's almost a tool for me to teach others similar to what I do, and help them do it as well. So it was birthed during, funnily enough, right after I left. So I launched my book at Jumpstart last year.
Okay.
At 2020 is when my book actually came out. During Jumpstart, it was a whole thing. And
Wow.
as soon as I left Jumpstart, I had all these people from Jumpstart reaching out to me saying, Minal, I need your help. How do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this? And I remember sitting on the plane coming home from Jumpstart, and I landed at my airport here, and I called Ann Duffy. And I said, Ann, I have an idea. I want to open up a school that's based on marketing strategy, and I want to teach people marketing because I'm getting a lot of questions, and that's the only way that I could do this correctly, efficiently, and in a way that I can not talk all day, where I can actually have some sort of balance in my life where I'm not repeating the information for 20, 30 people. And I remember talking to Ann, and Ann's like, it's time, do it. It's time, do it. And that's how it started. And then COVID happened. So now I had all the time in the world because all my speaking engagements stopped, all my traveling stopped. So Marketologist became my passion project. And here I am today with Marketologist. So yeah, it has live courses. It has recorded courses. It has all of that. I know, Laura, you're on the wait list. Mona is already going to be in Marketologist. She is there. And I know that Karen's also watching. And I think Karen's trying to win a free scholarship into Marketologist. I saw her post that she wants to win a free Marketologist. So thank you all for being so excited about it and sharing and being a part of it and growing from it. I love it. This is why our industry is great. Everybody comes together.
Yeah. And it's such an important thing because it's definitely something that in our dental world, we were not taught anything about. In fact, when I went to dental school, it was taught to us that marketing was unethical. So there's that hurdle that we have. We have no idea about this world whatsoever. And
it's very tough. It's very tough.
Yeah. So what? Oh, look, it's so excited. I know it is so exciting. It is so exciting.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. And because I also speak at universities and associations to dental students about marketing. But the good thing is that now I know that there is a lot of, I've had a few dental schools reach out to me already where they're putting together an entrepreneur program.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're trying to do this. They understand that the newer generation coming out knows about marketing. They grew up with social media. They understand it. They want to know how they can grow. And the more they do it, the better they're going to get. So I know that there is a lot of reach out. There's a lot of conversations happening. And it's a good thing when schools are reaching out to you saying, hey, we want to do an entrepreneur program. Can we, share? Can you share with us? Can you give some details? Can you speak on it? And students are incredibly open to it. I think the ones coming out right now, especially, they are so used to so much of the marketing already going on because of social media and how active they are, that they are themselves becoming influencers and they are themselves marketing themselves before they even get hired. So it's so cool. Great to see that. Yeah, I love it. It's so great to see that. I love it.
They're like 10 steps ahead before they even graduate, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. I love it so much. And I love talking to them and sharing information, but I learn from them too, because they're just out there hustling already. And they're like a D2, D3 student, and they're like, we got this. I'm good.
Right. I know.
Good for them.
Yeah. So this is really for anybody, right? This could be for a dentist. This could be for anyone within the dental office. It could be for somebody that's trying to market themselves. And it could be somebody that's interested in marketing, period, right?
Yeah, there are 3 tracks and each track is different. So I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. So when I'm talking to you about dental practice marketing, it's only going to be dental practices in there. That's why you have to choose which track you want, because that will be the track you will enroll into. It's almost like selecting your major.
Yep.
And making it that way. Yeah, but it's exciting. I'm super thrilled about it, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So for a typical, let's say for a typical dental office, I know we have a lot of dentists in the group. For a typical dental office, how much time would they be looking at? You say there's live, but will those lives be available on a replay? Stuff like that. Just if they were to wonder.
Absolutely. Yeah. So everything is recorded.
Nice.
Every single thing is recorded. Every lesson has resources, tools, downloadables attached to it as well. So everything is pre-planned, pre-recorded. There are also, so we have 12 modules. 8 of them are going to be live, 12 are pre-recorded, because clearly we have some overachievers and they simply can't wait for all the lives to happen. So I get you. I understand you. I know how you feel. I'm going to try my best to get you that pre-recorded content as soon as you sign up, because I know. It's like, Minal, I can't wait for 1 week for you to start. I need to do something right now. I got you. You're good. You have everything you need to keep you busy.
That's awesome. And in your opinion, because you've been doing this for most of your adult life, in your opinion, how can marketing enhance your life and bring more balance to your business? What are your thoughts on that?
Well,
good marketing.
It's right. I think a lot of it gives you control over how you want to work and who you want to work with. That alone brings balance and happiness in your life. The ability for me to say to somebody, maybe we are not the right fit. Here's somebody else that I think may be a better fit for you. Here's another company that I think could work really well for you. And the ability to say that honestly, openly, and also realizing that that's not going to affect you financially if you were to do that. All of that becomes a part of it, because when you market, you're attracting the right people. And you're attracting the people who want to be there and who you connect with already, right? So your life becomes a lot more easier. I have tried working with people where it wasn't a good work marriage, it wasn't a good fit, and then none of us come out happy of it. And we lose our balance because we are stressed about them, they're stressed about you. It's not working the way it's supposed to work. You're not on the same page, you're not doing the same things, there is not mutual respect. And in that case, it takes it away. And that's what I think happens a lot with marketing. When you just kind of market to everybody, it doesn't work really well. You have to be specific in how you market and who you market to. And that brings you balance. Because again, there's a reason I have happy people who talk good. There's a strategy behind why people say good things about me. It's because of that. It's because of making sure that you are connected with those people and there is a mutual respect for what you do.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I think that the lesson in that too is we've all had those moments where we have that gut feeling that this isn't a good, like you say, work marriage, or that red flag that goes up. And just being confident in what you're putting out there helps you deal with that funny feeling that you get, like, oh, this is a warning I should heed to, right?
Right. And also, having the guts. And again, like I said, so let's be real about it. When you first start, you are going to try and work with everybody. Because you just need to.
Yep.
That's just how it works. And you also need to know who is your ideal client. So you can build, I talk about building avatars and things like that, which is great, but you still need to be able to work with people and understand what you're good at, what you're not good at, what they need, what can you provide. So you work through that, and then you start understanding what your strengths are and what you are really good at. Like, I don't work with clients unless they have somebody inside their practice that I can train or coach. So I literally have clients who would hire me a year after they spoke with me, because I told them it's not the right time for us to work together. Instead, if you want a done for you marketing, I can recommend you to a few people, to a few companies that do this service, and let me go ahead and do that. And they always come back and they're like, it's so nice and refreshing that somebody just tells us that. Like, instead of trying to sell yourself, you can just say, not the right time, not the right fit, but I I can recommend you to other people who may be the right fit or the right time. And then we can perhaps in the future work together if it all works out. So having that ability also helps you. And being honest about it and being authentic about it helps you too, to share that and say, let's be friends instead of being, work marriage,
Right.
and we'll see where this continues, and we'll see if it's the right time for us to work together.
Right. That's a really great lesson to learn, and to be able to say that. And it's so refreshing. You're right. When somebody says that to you, because we all have been marketed to where they might not be the right fit, but they want the job. Right. And it is very refreshing, and likely I will refer people to you or come back to working with you because of that transparency and that honesty. Right.
Right. And I have people like that all the time. Like I will have people in the industry reach out to me and be like, Minal, what do you think about this? Just want to get your opinion. But again, that is my brand. And, so a lot of times people talk about what your brand is. And at the end of the day, your brand, as Jeff Bezos said, your brand is what somebody says when you're not in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, at the end of the day, that's your brand. Your logo is great. It's a checklist. Your colors are great. That's a checklist. Like you just need that stuff. Mm-hmm. But really your brand, the reason your business is going to succeed is the ability of what people say about you. Mm-hmm. And if you were to focus on that and be honest and true to that as your mission in your business, I'm a true believer that you will always be successful. You will always have enough. Mm-hmm. If you had that, because people will trust you. And when they trust you, you will always be in business because you're being honest about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great advice for anybody, starting a business or thinking of being in business, just that honest transparency and being you. And yeah, it's obviously worked very well for you.
Yes, thank you. I thank you. It has. I don't think I have one client that will say anything mm-hmm. negative or wrong. Like even the clients that we no longer work together, we had a very good relationship. So yeah, but again, that's what my brand is. That's what matters to me. Like when I go to sleep, I want to say, what makes me go to sleep for 8 hours without having anything? It's
right. It's that
I did good today. Did good today. It's fine.
Yep. That's awesome. And so, probably just a few minutes left. I just want to make sure if anybody else has anything that they want to throw in for a comment or a question. But I have down below marketologist.com. That's how you can find out more. And I will put all of Minal's links to everything.
Yes. And then, Laura, I just realized you have the code, don't you? Unbalanced, it's Balance Boss.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if anybody from your group is listening to this, and if you go to marketologist.com and you check it out, and if you decide to join the waitlist for any of the 3 sections, any of the 3 courses that we have available, make sure you put down Balance Boss, because Laura and I chatted and she has told me to give you guys a special valuable discount. So you will actually get a discount code. But the only way we will know that you're going to get a discount code is if you put down Balance Doctor, right? So
I think it's Balance Boss.
Balance Boss. No, it's Balance Boss. It is Balance Boss. It's in our system. So yes. Balance Boss. Make sure that when you go to referred by for join the waiting list, you put down Balance Boss, so that when we open enrollment next week, we will email you a code with a discount just for you, thanks to Laura. So please make sure that you do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
And the launch is next week, so get on the wait list.
Yeah.
And then by being on the wait list, do they get a complimentary call with you, or?
They absolutely do. So if you're on the wait list, you're going to receive just strategy tips and advice that you get all the time. But on top of that, if you do decide to join the waitlist, you will receive an email with my direct calendar link just open for everybody on Marketologist waitlist, where you get a free strategy call with me.
That's
so
amazing.
And it's a no strings attached call. So I'm not gonna, again, like I said, I don't try to sell. It's all about you for that half an hour. You come in, Minal, this is what's going on. What do we do? And we'll talk about you and make it happen.
That's worth gold. That's amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you would like to wrap up with here today before we say goodbye? Anything we didn't touch on, or any other message you would like to give our listeners today?
No, just, keep being you. You've created a fantastic platform, and you're talking about something that's so really needed. Even I need it. Even I need balance in my life, like I said. So this is something that's incredible that you've put together. And to everybody who's watching, who's listening, know that we're all in this together. We'll get through it. We have good people helping us, and we can really make an impact together as long as we listen to each other and respect each other. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for allowing me to share about my journey.
You're welcome. I'm so honored to know you, and tickled pink to be on the Marketologist wait list. I can't wait to learn all about marketing.
Oh, thank you.
The best. So thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule right now to visit with us. And I love your balance tips, your reminders to walk and not having junk food, and your sleep. So great. Perfect. Wonderful tips.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thanks everyone for being on. And I will make sure all the links are in the comments below. So again, thank you so much, Minal. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
You are the CEO of your life. Now become the boss of your balance.